is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey guys, it's Roman from SerpSpace here, and with me today we've got Brad and Mike.
What up,
Hey
everyone?
guys.
Awesome. We're gonna start off with talking about one of the products that we've been working on for I don't even know how long it's been now.
Wow, it's been, I think we might be getting close to a year at this point. I'm not sure. But I know it's been crazy because we've just been brought in the PhD for it too. So it's been it's been a kind of an insane ride, kind of getting lost in the lab. So it's been
There's some exciting features that we're still trying to squeeze in there, and it's phenomenal though. And also one of the other things I wanted to bring up before I pass this over to Brad and Mike is that we're going to be adding in some new products into SerpSpace here shortly over the next month or two, and should be several products. But the first ones that we're going to be doing is a lot of links, and for link building, basically some of the best links that you can possibly get.
we're using them all the time. You know, I know Romans use them constantly. I use them constantly. So we might do some training around some of that stuff. Get you guys some information on how we use those, but watch for some emails and stuff from SerpSpace, because we got some really cool products definitely that they're be coming out of SerpSpace. So.
Alrighty, guys, and I'll pass this over to you, Mike, and let you kind of get started with the presentation.
Awesome, thank you, Roman. Thanks for having us tonight, and everyone in the audience. Thank you for your time tonight. We appreciate you spending your evening with us.
Yo, what's up, everyone? How we doing tonight?
Everybody doing good? How are you guys feeling? Was it a good day, a profitable day? Could it have been more profitable?
Mine could always be more or less profitable.
Yes, exactly. I feel like mine could always be more, hopefully not less.
Yeah.
But I do know it could be less profitable if I don't stay on it. So I'm always hoping for more though.
Yep, exactly. Just to gauge the crowd, when we talk about link building and stuff like that, are you guys running PPL, affiliate, or agency primarily? Everyone's got to post what your primary focus is, or is it a mix of all the above?
Agency. What else?
You guys, PPLs, affiliate,
yeah. Right on. Good stuff. Mixed. Good stuff. Mixed. Yep. There we go. I like mixed because of the safety net there. Yeah, exactly. The diversification is nice.
Nice CPA.
Agency want to run to the others. I think that's a great goal. Yeah. Is to go from agency and start pulling in revenue with some of the pay-per-call and and some of the data form type stuff too. So it's a good mix. It really is actually. That's a big mix right there. So that's good, because what we're talking about tonight is not geared towards one or the other. So yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, and to be honest, because Mike and I kind of do a little bit of everything, not as much affiliate, unless you consider PPL affiliate. But yeah, whenever we do anything, we set it up so we can do PPL and our client work. So
our big thing is that everything we build should be making money for us. So yeah. Anything you put online should end up putting something in, even if it just pays for itself as for a domain. It should be doing something for you. So
exactly. So also I believe Roman mentioned it, but the plugin that he talked about tonight and in the emails, I think he gave us a link and put it in here, that we're going to be able to give that out for free to everyone if they're interested in free. If you can,
I doubt they're interested in a free plugin.
Yeah, so we got that, and then we got a huge announcement at the end. So just heads up, everyone, if you can, stay to the end, because it's going to be pretty bad.
Stick around and get your plugin, and we're going to go through basically how we use what we're going to give you at the end of this.
Exactly. So Chris says, let me think about it. While you're thinking about it, Chris, we'll tell you a little bit about us. We've been on some of Roman's webinars in the past because we do a lot of mass page building and stuff. We still do that for PPL and clients. But basically, you see this very good looking guy on the right, then Mike on the left. I've been in SEO and internet marketing. I started as a web designer, and of course, that evolved into SEO because I got tired of web design clients and I started selling stuff online. And then I got clients and started doing PPL when I met up with Mike because he was the PPL master. Still is, was, is, and always will be. But we started an agency together, and I think we made more money together than apart. Ever.
Absolutely, no. It's been a good fun run basically. The last few years have just been amazing. So I started about 17 years ago now. First thing I sold online was a Flash logo. Of course, thought I was going to be a web designer at one point. Realized I suck at it. I can design a landing page and make a little money, but you want me to design a full website for a brand? Yeah, I've got to bring out the big guns, and that's the designers I work with, not me. So definitely been around for a little bit now. So met Brad 2 years ago.
At an event. So let the designers worry about designing and shit. So then we have a free community we like to call NFG, No Fucks Given SEO, because we know everyone has paralysis by analysis. So put your worries out the door, release the break, and let it rip. And once I figured out how to do that, I know I made quite a bit more money. So I'd like everyone in here to get to that point eventually. If you're not already there, just don't give a shit and just do it. And sorry for my language, but I get excited. So tonight, what we want to talk about is our main concepts that we use in link building. If you apply this to everything, whether it's, I don't care what kind of link building you use, 2.0s, niche edits, guest posts, you build your own PBNs. If you apply what we show you tonight to that, it's just going to get better. We call it the mini-net method and triple T. Triple T stands for trust, traffic, and theme. So if you haven't already, if anyone in here hasn't already, you definitely need to read Revenge of the Mini-Net. It was written way back in the day, 2007 or 8, I think. But the way that they group and theme things is exactly the way we do it. We just don't link it together in the diagrams that they show because, of course, that's back when closed link wheels were available or were working and stuff. So don't follow that. But everyone in here should read Revenge of the Mini-Net. If you need it, you can go to nfgseo.com/mini. It's just on an S3. I put the link there.
Who's read it? Who's read Revenge of the Mini-Net? Anybody in here been around long enough to have read that?
Anyone that's been in any of our training should have seen it at least.
Yeah, if you know us, you've read it, but it doesn't look like many. Nope, I don't see anybody yet. No, so
yeah,
it's an older, like Brad said. Oh, okay, perfect, right on.
Yeah, Chris, I would go back and finish it if you haven't, because I had
if you haven't, refresh. Even if you've read it, go back and refresh it, because where we're at now with what's going on and with what happened July and everything and with Medic and everything else that has happened since then, it's just getting ever more important. And Roman and I had a conversation about relevancy the other night, and it just, as you talk about it, you realize it's just no matter what they change, as they keep changing everything, there's just a few things that are never going to change. And really understanding relevancy as a core and understanding it like to a T. Because I'll tell you, I've had SEOs that we've hired and we put them on work where they have to build links and they're not understanding relevancy to the point where they actually should. So get back in there, reread it, go with it. And remember not to use the linking patterns because the linking patterns are, 10 years old now. So,
yeah, it's actually pretty funny you brought up the update. Who in here was hit by Medic or noticed up or down with Medic? Because all our stuff went up because we apply triple T, trust, traffic, and theme. And that's essentially what Medic was all about. We can't, I mean, I don't think there's enough time tonight to go dive completely into Medic, but at the end of the day, it was a triple T update is what we like to call it. Oh, I didn't even know he had courses, Chris. Yeah, I've just read Revenge of the Mini-Net. Yeah, definitely read it. Like Mike said, don't go through the diagrams. Just read it and watch how you can incorporate relevance into your link building. So
if you're new, definitely get into it and read it, because it'll change the way you do things.
And it'll save you a lot of headache going forward if you can.
Absolutely.
That.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so when you start applying, we'll get into it, but when you start applying this stuff, the mini-net, the triple T stuff, you can keep everything tightly niched. You absolutely should not deviate from niche-specific linking and on-site structure. You can niche at least 3 tiers back. We'll show you how to do that easily here in a second. It makes SEO link building, when you stick to this, simple. You don't have to, buy the new shiny object like someone's got to hack out. You're not going to have to do that. You can just build on top of what you already know, as opposed to abandoning everything that you've learned. And you can do a lot more with less, because links that have triple T, the way we show you to build them, you don't have to build as many of them, of course. So getting into it, what is a mini-net? I think this is, going back to relevancy and theme, treat every site like it's a money site, whether it's, especially if you're setting up PBN style sites. Don't go out there like they did in 2013, 2014. Set up a PBN, you grab it. It's about dog bones, and you're trying to rank this Thai restaurant. But it doesn't matter, because it's a good PR, or it's good DA, or it's got good trust flow. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't look at DA. I don't look at trust flow. I just look at the relevance of the links. So when I go out and I set up a PBN, it looks like a real site. Mike mentioned monetizing every single thing out there that you put out there. You can do that a lot easier if you're getting niche specific stuff and building it out. So what I'll do is, say I've got a home improvement client. So say it's a plumber. I might build a home improvement, PBN style site with an expired domain. And for anyone that needs expired domains, you can use Ahrefs, or just find a good vendor that you trust that has links actually going into it that are relevant. So set this up. You can do, city pages internally to pull in traffic, but when you build it out for traffic, you get trust, and you're building out theme as you build out the content. So does everyone understand this so far?
Actually, a better question is, does anybody not understand it?
Yeah,
we wanted to make sure that everybody's following along.
And I can show.
I always ask better questions than Brad anyways. So.
Yeah. Well, you look better, so.
Yeah.
I can actually, I can never spell this, so let me grab it. I'll show you guys an example real quick, if that's cool. Let's see.
We got it following it, so nobody spoke up and said that they were not following it, so we'll just go with it. Guacamole site. That's
I wish I could probably spell that. So here's one.
Guys, I go ahead.
No, you're good. Go.
And Brad will say PBN this, PBN that, but really just think of these as websites that are there to give information to users and generate traffic and make you money, that also might link over to other sites that you built that help users and generate traffic and make you money. These are just, that's what these are.
Yeah, I actually don't build PBNs anymore. I build mini nets because I build a themed network of sites. So it's a miniature network of sites that are tightly themed around whatever I want to rank for, that are also bringing in traffic. They've got trust, they've got theme. Here's a really crappy version of one, crappy looking version of one. This one is actually like 2.5 years old, I think. Isn't that around, Mike?
Yeah, that was when you were helping somebody out with a campaign, because they didn't do any SEO for their client, and they were about to lose their client. So.
Well, they were about to get sued, is why I helped.
Yeah, that's what it was. They were about to get sued. So
I came in here.
Help.
Yeah, I just built this out built the same thing out on their site, on the client site, and we had multiple #1 rankings within like 2 or 3 weeks. But as you can see here, this was like a pain management facility, offered physical therapy, aquatherapy. So I tried to cover everything that they cover. I even themed it down to the city, so they covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities. And you can't get more tightly niched than this. It's a site in their location that is promoting the services that they offer. That's like the best link to get. Like, what's the best way to, or what's the best backlink if you're a plumber? It's a link from another plumber, right? So that's essentially what I build. So hopefully with that, you can, and anyone, if you want to try and remember that, you can go ahead and take a look at it. It's not very impressive because I just threw it up in like 30 minutes, but you get the idea, especially with the theming. So that's a mini net. It's an advanced PBN. You can get $10 expired domains and just kick ass all day long with these.
I also want to tell you, you can actually use new domains, because these domains, when you build like this, even if they're new, they will start to pull in traffic, and it doesn't take too long for sites start to get trusted and to have the traffic that is supporting the trust that you need from Google.
That's a good point.
It takes a bit longer, but you can do this with new domains. They don't have to be expired domains. They don't have to be $200 auction domains. Because remember, we're not just doing this for some metric that Moz or Majestic made up.
Yeah,
we're doing this for
all of
the
that's
metric
arbitrary in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing this for the metric that Google cares about, which is the traffic and the user engagement.
Yeah.
And that's what is going to build the power and everything for you. So
yeah. Also,
I believe that's the right URL. Can you check that last question? They want to reference it later.
There you go. Just jot it down now. I can't even gucacym.org. Yeah.
I'll check it. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah. But building on Mike's point, if you treat everything like a money site and you buy a brand new site, what are you then going to do if you're able to monetize that? What are you going to do to juice that up a little? Anyone know? If I bought this and made it, polished this turd a little bit and made it look not so crappy, and I had a way to monetize, aquatherapy leads or anything like that, what would I then do to it if it were a money site?
If it were a real site.
I'm asking questions. Think outside the box a little. Yeah,
if it was a money site,
you could stack to it. That's almost what I'm talking about. Yeah, banner ads. Yeah, that's a way to monetize it. So, yeah, you can sell leads to your client. What are you going to do to make this more powerful and possibly bring in more traffic?
Would you just leave it alone and never post on it again?
Keep putting effort into it. That's right, Scott.
Dan,
Social
that's right, Scott.
So what I was getting to is I would treat it like a money site. I would actually try and rank the stuff, and I would actually build links to it. So I would probably be building links to all these internal pages. If I can sell chiropractic leads to either my client or another chiropractor or someone else in town, I'm going to link to that and I'm going to rank it. I might even, potentially try and get some maps for chiropractors in that area, Exactly. It's alive. Yep. Living, breathing. Treat this like a money site. I throw my mini nets into a ProRank tracker all the time just so I can track, where they're ranking. This one's still ranking number one.
And monetize them. Monetize them however you can. I mean, like we said, everything should make you money. That's why we're online.
Yep.
Whether you do client work or not, this is a great way to make if you're building links for your clients, and you're still building 2.0s, why not build like this and add some stuff to make some money and build what Google wants to have, what they want to see, essentially.
Yeah, and I don't know how many people are doing dash stacks, but pro tip, you can do that with mini nets too. Just make sure they're on different IPs. Did everyone catch that? Yeah. So So does everyone in here still stack like the traditional DAS stacks? I called it TAS stacks when we kind of relaunched it a few years ago because actually built the stuff for traffic. Yeah, you can brand them, Sean.
You can absolutely brand
Yeah,
them.
I actually built an entity around most, if not all, of my mini nets because I know
Yeah, you want to brand them. I mean, especially with what's going on, what's happening with as Roman likes to talk about, there's two types of relevancy, and as we move forward in the industry, everyone's going to start to understand what those are. And if you're starting to brand this type of stuff now, I will tell you right now, you're ahead of the learning curve.
Yeah. So stacking essentially traditionally is where you took a bunch of 2.0s and you interlinked them randomly, and then they all link back to your site, right? Because the thought is, it develops more power. But if there's nothing behind it, they're really not going to develop that much power. Maybe back in 2009, but not now. What I suggest is you incorporate your mini nets into a stack with either 2.0s or other mini nets. And I'm dropping more than I plan to tonight, but that's something that you can do if you want to do that.
I mean, realistically though, I mean, a Web 2.0 that's relevant to your topic versus a website that's pulling in 400 uniques a month that's relevant to your topic. Which one do you think Google's going to pass more juice over?
And has links coming into it.
Exactly.
Oh, I have a whole legal mini net, Chris. That's awesome. Those work. I've got a
I've
client.
seen Brad just destroy. Yeah,
that niche.
destroy.
That niche is glorious because they pay. Yeah. Hopefully you've got a good paying client in that niche. And if you don't, you can use those domains to rank multiple clients. But yeah.
Yeah, especially in that industry, make sure you charge what you're worth, not just what they want, because they'll try to nickel and dime you. But
yeah, and it all depends on which sub niche too, Chris, in the area. Yeah, we took over Arizona at one point. I think it was like 2 or 3 years into the contract, and we hadn't done anything, and we maintained it, but we checked the rankings and stuff, made sure it still looked good. It got through all the updates, but we really didn't have to put in a ton of work after the first few months. And that was what was that contract? 6 or 8 grand, Mike?
It was 8.
Yeah, 8 a month. So. Do you treat your supporting satellite sites like PBNs, i.e. keep the service providers more or less independent? Yeah, I have them on different IPs for sure.
And remember, you can use like content delivery networks to mask and hide in the crowd too. So
yeah, CDNs. Cloudflare is one of them. If Mike didn't want to share that, sorry, Mike. But yeah.
Oh, I don't care. Everyone knows what Cloudflare. Yeah, no, I'm just making sure that people realize it. Do you use each mini-net for one client or more? That's the beautiful thing is that you can use them for multiple clients. That you can use them for multiple sites, because it doesn't have to be clients. I mean, it can be absolutely a part of like a lead generation network.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And if you've got links going to internal pages and stuff like that, you can use internal pages to link out, which looks natural. You can actually do a long form article if you want. Someone asked about content earlier. I just buy, relatively cheap content. If you really want to go cheap, which I've done quite a bit, I'm not suggesting it to anyone, but you can just spin content, build city pages and switch out the cities, buy one article for all the internal pages. Go to Wayback.
They might just like the gift tonight, I think.
Yeah. I think they will, right? Yeah.
It's what it sounded like.
Yeah, and also grab old content from way back. If it's a real business that used to exist, recreate that stuff. As many pages as you can do. It doesn't take long. Don't be lazy.
Subdomains are it's a subject that we could just go deep into. When we're talking about the strategy that we're talking about right now, I'll be using multiple domains. There are ways, especially in local, to use subdomains to accomplish what you need to accomplish. However, for this talk tonight, we're probably going to get off topic and it's going to make more confusion than then do good for you if we go into any subdomain stuff. So for now, we're talking about individual domains, individual relevant domains, I should say, whether they're new, auction, or expired.
Yeah, and David had a good point. I'd be cautious how big any single or networked eggs get. If you tie multiple clients to the same assets, you're increasing risk. Yeah, that's a really good point,
You
David.
always are.
Yeah, I typically, honestly, I don't do over 2. I think 3 max, but I typically don't end up with a whole lot of overlap unless it's the one industry that we're really, really heavy in. I don't end up with a whole lot of overlap from that. And
we do not take competing clients.
Yeah.
So our lead generation is where we have more linking going on one site than in our client stuff. So
where's the autopilot part of this? Yeah, we'll get to that, Scott. It's pretty cool. So we pretty much we covered Triple T pretty thoroughly. Trust, traffic, and theme. Google needs to trust you to rank you. That's building out your social entity. Traffic, you're building out the internal pages for traffic. So you've got traffic coming into your site. The best link I've ever sent is one expired domain over with an exact match anchor. But I had built out a crap ton of pages, like tens of thousands of pages internally. And it was getting all kinds of traffic. It took that thing from from 95 all the way up to like page 2 within like a week. So
yeah, it did most of the work for that campaign. And
it did. I'll be honest, it did all of the work for that campaign, but
it really did.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it did. It just took a little bit.
But it's all because it had Triple T, trust, traffic, and theme. It was a theme site. It had traffic and it had trust. So, ever wonder if you should trust Google? I don't really trust Google, but
I don't wonder. I know I don't. I know I shouldn't trust them.
What about, say, lawyers, one exclusive firm per area of law, etc.? Yeah, you can do that. Like you could have a divorce attorney and you could have a personal injury attorney, in the same.
I'm not going to. What I mean is, if I'm not going to take on 2 national shoe chains, basically, you know what I mean. I'm not going to take on 2 national competing sites.
Yep.
If they're in different locations and they're in the same niche, then it's not. They're not in the same niche, essentially.
Let me grab this link. So here is the autopilot part. If everyone wants to go grab this now, this is on a license basis, but everyone gets a free license for SERP X tonight. We had to tie it to a form fill. We did have just a coupon code, but it wasn't tripping and people weren't getting their licenses because it was free. So it wasn't going through, our trigger. So we just tied it to an email list. So we're not trying to get your email list, but, or your email, but it is what it is.
That's what the programmer wanted. So the programmer
gets
what the programmer wants.
Yep. So let me get back here. So while you guys are looking at that, I like to start.
Yeah, drop that link. Can you drop that link in the chat real quick?
If my caveman brain can figure it out. Everyone get it?
You guys see the link then? All right.
So
no freaking credit card required.
Yeah.
Just play with it. I think you'll like it. You can see the traffic that you're generating, and it does separate bots out from actual unique traffic. So you actually can see what's going on and see if how your building is working.
Yep. So I took like half a day, maybe more, to build this site because I had all these locations and all these and I laid the site out. I had all the locations. I had all the the content ready to go. I put all this up. Like I said, I was trying to help a friend not get sued to oblivion, and it worked because we got results for them and they were happy. But it took a long ass time. You can't build those, consistently like that because your eyes start to bleed and it gets messy. So what's cool is Roman with SerpSpace, he can develop pretty much anything with his staff. we went to him and we had an idea for a plugin. We were like, we want it to generate content. We know how it's going to do it. We want to just be able to drop this in there. Oh, and we want it to do linking too. SerpSpace does all of that. Everyone can see how we use it here. I'll get into it in a second. But you can drop links in. It can automatically become a tier 2 for all your tier 1. Generates content. It'll do the linking for you on Autopilot, and we have training with it too. So we're not really selling it. We don't make our money with this. Any money we do take in for it, if you want additional licenses, just goes back into development for it. So it's not.
I think this is the only time that we've even talked about it outside of people that are
we really know. Yeah.
We know. Honestly, I don't think we have yet. So. And
still, people found out about it.
They did. A couple groups did. It's funny. They also reverse engineered it, but they missed a couple. They missed a lot of.
Did someone rip it?
But they tried to.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
But they missed some libraries and stuff, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We actually it's nice because we have a PhD in machine learning that takes the patents that I geek out on and actually he knows what everything is, so he gets to take my theory and name it because it's already, of course, out there. He takes Roman's theory, names it because it's already out there, and so we get his hands all over it too. So it's been very useful. I've been using this probably for now probably 3.5, 4 years at this point.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we had a rudimentary version of it before this, and then they recently revamped it, added a lot more features.
Yeah, it works a hell of a lot better now that we got Roman on it and everyone.
So when you're setting these up, like I said, I like to start with an expired domain in your niche. Now you don't have to, like Mike said, but I do like the relevant links coming into it, and I'll show you why in a second.
Once they start crawling, and once they start crawling those relevant links again, they kick on really, really nicely. So it is one place where I do like. I have no problem with stuff being dropped because it's all relevant at that point. Everything comes back on, it's completely relevant, and it makes users very happy. So Google is very happy.
Yep. So then I rebuild the pages in Wayback, like I said, just copy and paste the content right from Wayback. It takes like 2 seconds to do. Build for traffic, multiple pages. You can use any page builder. I like SERP X. Go out and buy. If you have SERP Shaker, whatever, and you like to use that, go out and do it. Lead Gadget is another one. The site I mentioned a minute ago, that was actually a Lead Gadget site that I built out on an expired domain linked over. It went up like 80 something spots, so I'll get all that set up. I'll have it publishing content. I might have an entity built out like an IFTTT network. So it's going out to the social network, building more trust, traffic, theme, all that stuff. I let it simmer. Once it starts ranking relatively well, indexing and ranking, then I'll use it for linking. So month 1, I'll set up like 5 of these real quick for a client and forget about them until, maybe mid-month 2, after I've got all my on page and they've seen some results, then I'll start linking to it randomly. So is that clear as mud to everyone? Makes sense?
Does that understand how we're using it or the part of how, like,
SERP X is strictly a traffic and theme play, essentially.
Out of all the publishers that are available, I will say that I see quicker traffic, but better indexation. If you don't know us, we build a lot of mass page sites. What I like about SERP X is you can build a 20-page site that is ultra relevant and generates traffic very quickly and stays indexed. So I would recommend SERP X over a lot of the mass page out there. Myself, I use SERP X for my really targeted relevant stuff when I need that targeted relevancy.
Yeah. Ralph asked, will it work on a new domain? Yeah, it'll work on any domain. I just like getting the expired domains because I can use it for linking a little quicker. I don't have to let it build up as much, but you can definitely, if all you want to do is pull in traffic, throw a big ass CTA on it, then definitely you can use it on a brand new domain and eventually link with that. Or if you're linking to the brand new domain, it'll push really quick.
You're actually not with SerpX. X. I'm not. Tell me if I'm wrong, but is there an option to build multiple pages at once at the launch in the plugin, or is that
not yet? But what you can do is you can set it up to go quicker, like real fast. It'll build it like an hour.
Yeah. So Chris, you really can set a structure of build where it looks natural, so that you're building once a week if you want to. You don't have to build fast.
Yeah, there's several drip options in there.
You can do it as fast or as slow as you want, for sure.
And yeah, basically at the end of the day.
Yeah, just keep up your frequency of publish, and I mean, you're good. I build like huge ass like authority news looking sites with this, and it's pretty sweet.
I mean, I've got stuff that this stuff, it'll take AdWords. AdWords will stay live on it. I mean, and it'll prove on it. If you do your keyword creation correctly, people aren't going to realize that the sites, the SerpX sites, are not hand built. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of the really cool things is, show me how many mass page building type of tools out there have a drip feature.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I'll tell you, utilizing this and certain social signal type stuff, I've seen Google Bot go absolutely insane and let this run for a few months while it was getting social, and it was indexed for months after I stopped. So
remember that insurance site I threw up, and it was like it had 1, 2, and 3 like real quick. It was like a few months ago. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it can handle the midpoint issues.
Drip. When we say drip, we mean for posts.
Yeah, so it drips out content. Yeah, so it's like you could do one post a day, you can do 2 posts a day, you could do probably 100 posts a day, but be careful if you ramp it up too much, you might burn a server. We've had guys. What did Nick try and ramp his up to? Like 200 an hour or something?
Dude, it wasn't as high as I've gone, but he pushed it to I think he was running a cron that didn't finish by the time the next cron was running. So it was causing issues at that point. It's that how I got. The content is based on the authority sites that I've created in the past. There's certain types of content that authority sites use. That
it essentially scrapes from across the web,
Yeah, and it creates unique content based on multiple sources.
It's a big relevant mashup. Can you expand on the social signals? Basically,
you don't need them.
Yeah, you don't need them, but if you have a syndication network tied to it, you're getting social love back to it. So,
multiple tools to post. I've done that when I wanted to create certain types of sites. Like if I want certain types of posts,
certain types of media too.
Yeah, exactly. And because if I want to emulate an authority site, then I have used multiple plugins in the past to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I will tell you that right now. It actually can turn that into a very good looking site. And I don't know at what point we're getting there, because there's certain optimization things we are taking care of before we hit on different content types. But I can assure you that we are moving into multiple content types because of the fact that is how traditional and natural sites are built. So
plugin footprints, what's your thought on that, Mike? I don't care. But I build them out differently on every site too. So
you mean? I think they mean plugin footprints from SerpX.
No, I know. I don't use SerpX on every single site either. Is what I'm saying.
No, and I mean, as far as we're aware of, I mean, I looked for it, right? So there was while we were building it out, we were paying attention to footprints, and we did catch one or two areas where that happened, and we fixed them. So
yeah, Roman is very good at noticing that type of stuff, which is amazing.
yeah, so we were looking for the footprints, and I've done webinars in multiple groups about PBNs and footprints. So I'd like to consider myself a bit of an authority on that subject.
He is. He doesn't even have to consider himself one. He is an absolute. He's been told by what you would think is some of the best SEOs in the world that he knows more about that kind of stuff than anyone they've ever met. So he's being modest right now, but
he definitely knows more than me. But that's not setting the bar high. But
what I'm not sure, Scott. I'm not sure what you mean. So does Triple T trump mass page sites? Triple T affects everything.
Yeah, they work in conjunction.
Yeah, they work.
Yeah, add Triple T to your mass page sites, so they'll do a lot better.
Yeah, no, Chris, you're onto something that I've used extensively for different purposes. So, Chris, I would say run with the theories that you have in your head, because I think you're going in the right direction, dude. If you need to find me on Skype and PM me if you have deeper questions on that stuff, because I'm interested in that. So that's stuff I like to talk about. So I would keep running with what you got. So Triple T is traffic, trust, and theme.
Yep, there you go. Trust, traffic, and theme. It's trusted by Google. It's a site that's getting traffic, and it's themed out to the niche that you want to rank in. So, all right, here's how I use. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, you're good.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
Nothing.
Nothing to say now? Nothing?
It's gonna become double T pretty quick here, because a lot of it's tying in the way they're doing shit. So it's actually gonna be two T's, not three anymore.
Yeah. So here's how I typically use my mini nets and or SERP X sites. Again, you don't have to set up use SERP X to set up a mini net.
You can do by hand.
Yeah, which I have with this turd. I did set this one up by hand. Look at how many freaking pages I built out. But you can build it by hand. I like SERP X because it does it automatically. But say these are guest posts or whatever you have on your tier one. It can be guest posts. It can be social networks. It can be Web 2.0s, whatever the hell you use. It can be your Google stacks. You can send this to a Google site. But what I like to do and what's cool is SERP X has an auto linking feature in there where you just load a bunch of links in there and it'll link out randomly on internal pages. That's what I like to use going to my my guest post type links. And then the guest posts are linking to your money site. Anyone that looks at your tier one, they're like, oh yeah, they've got all these nice articles, well written on authority sites. I can't turn them in for bad SEO, but they don't know that you've got all this shit behind it, pushing the crap out of it. So does this diagram make sense to everyone? It's relatively simple, but I want to make sure everyone.
Dude, it's powerful. It's relatively simple, but it's very, very powerful if you understand what linking is, essentially. And I don't mean to make that sound like dickish, but we know we want relevance talking about our sites that are linking to us.
So going back up to here, I said niche at least 3 tiers back. This is how you do it. So you get relevant guest post sites linking to your money site. That's tier 1. Your mini net is built out in your niche. That's tier 2. And then if you're buying expired domains for the mini nets, they've got links coming into them. That's tier 3. So you're niched all the way back. So if this is legal, if this is a lawyer client, all these inner pages are like different cities or services that they offer, you're linked back all the way with legal themed, attorney type content all the way back. So it really, really, really works well. This can be.
Everybody is familiar with the fact that what is talking about you, it's very important to look at what is talking about the site that's talking about you, correct? If that makes sense. Absolutely, Sean. Press releases, press anything talking about you, and it goes beyond social proof. It really does. It's where a lot of the relevancy comes from, like what's talking about you. Would you ever just redirect the traffic? Is anybody do that? SERP X, I picked. I don't think we have that in this version, do we?
No, you can do that, Scott, but we can't get into that on this webinar.
Yeah, if there's someone.
Ask us about it at the announcement. After that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's ways to get into that. Yeah, but we can't do that here.
That we know.
I'm a little confused though. Does SerpX X build mininets pages, and I would juice those with my expired domains? No, you would have an expired domain, and and SerpX X would build that expired domain out into a relevant trafficked domain. You will start to generate traffic, and now your expired domain will be pulling in traffic, and you will have links to things you care about.
Going back up to here, so this is your expired domain, right? You went out and you found an old lawyer site that you recreated. You added the old homepage content, maybe the About Us or something, and then you use SerpX to build out all these subtopics. So this could be dog bite lawyers in city, and then you've got another category. This could be slip and fall attorney in city, and then whatever the motorcycle accident attorney in city. And this is all themed out to your niche and your location if you want to. And you don't get any more theme than that, to be honest. Does that make sense?
Yeah, David, I think I understand what you said, but I am of the belief that there's a lot of different type of juice out there, and I agree that very many different types of links flow juice, and they might not all flow the same amount of the same type of juice, but there is always something coming through an edge.
Yeah,
that's what you were talking about.
Yeah. Paul, GP on this diagram just stands for guest post. It's just a link example type. That could be a social site. It could be a 2.0. I like guest posts because they push. And I think is that one of the link types that you're going to start offering through SerpSpace soon, Roman? I think that's what you said, right? Some high-end guest post type stuff that pushes.
Yeah, that's the second iteration, but yeah, that'll be in there.
Okay, cool. Yeah. There is not a replay yet, Brian. We're still going on with the webinar, but there should be a replay after. So
there will be a replay, yeah. Recommendations on finding the expired domains that can be very time consuming.
I'd either
I would pay for it personally.
Yeah, hire a VA or find a good broker.
Yeah,
and again, like I said, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say it's. I might open that back up in SerpSpace. I've got to think about it. The big part of the issue was the amount of time that it took versus the costs. So I've got to kind of go weigh that out and decide.
I might argue with you on that because I want to use all of this time. So, no, absolutely. When it comes to finding expired domains, remember you also can do this depending on speed with new domains. You don't necessarily have to do it with expired domains, and we'll get into more of that later, but it does not have to be expired. You can pull yourself, everyone familiar with the link graph, the distance graph?
Don't ask me to find it because it's always a 30-minute job every time I have to go and find that.
I'm not going to ask you to find it. The distance graph just says, you want to be as close as possible to seed sites. Yeah. Okay. What are the best? My three favorite links are Bing, Yahoo, and Google. Right. So I want links from Bing, I want links from Yahoo, and I want links from Google. And I mean they're the ones that matter, like the search results. So even though you're using new domains, these sites, when you're using SerpX and you're building mininet sites, the way Brad's talking about, they will get links from Google. They will rank. They will rank, which means they have a link from Google, which means they will send traffic, which means your site is now one hop away from Google, which is 50% trust, essentially passed over. Of course, they're going to dampen that when it comes to being a link from Google. They're not going to pass 50% of their juice on, but they are going to pass a stronger percentage of it than they would if it was a different seed site. I guarantee you.
And any site with traffic, if you can take, RD over traffic, I've seen sites with traffic push way better than sites with general like DA or RDs and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, focus on traffic and ranking when it comes to finding links, not the stupid ass metrics out there. Yep. GP stands for guest post. And again, when I say if you're going to go get a guest post, focus on relevancy, traffic, and ranking, and don't focus on all the DA or anything like that.
Exactly.
One of the easiest ways to gauge traffic on domains is either Ahrefs. So I use SEMrush. So
yeah, I like SEMrush. Gives you that nice graph. It looks prettier. And that's how I do it really quick. It's always lower compared to if you had analytics access, but do what you can.
SEMrush is about 6% lower than what is really going on, just so you know.
Yep. So let me move this. So what does all of this do? Like I said, it creates trust 3 tiers back. Hopefully trust traffic theme 3 tiers back. Really tightens up the theme of your site. Really helps with indexation. When you start linking to your tier 1, those are going to index, especially with mini nets that are already getting traffic. So it helps with indexation, and it gives you a proven system that you can start implementing like as soon as yesterday, essentially. So put everything into action like we've shown tonight, and you're going to take your link building to the absolute next level. Like I can guarantee it. I've seen people do it over and over again from our teaching. And remember, treat every site like it's a money site, if at all possible. So, any questions about anything? I know we've been answering as we go, but questions?
But yeah, shoot those over now.
Yep.
If anything sparked a random tangent question, we don't mind answering that either.
Yep.
How important is the keyword anchor text in the tier 1 link, or is the primary goal to pass authority? Realistically, a branded link on an extremely relevant site with high traffic and great engagement is going to smash everything, in my opinion.
Push, yeah.
My favorite anchor type is not even exact match. So yeah, I'd rather I actually look for a different anchor type. So looking forward to the training. How do you guys? We just work, man. Like seriously, like you all rock. I know you all rock because you're I was gonna say wasting your time, and that's shitty because you're actually taking the time to better yourself. And if we can all open up and listen to each other, we will all learn something. There's already somebody in here in this audience that I want to meet because I know I'm going to have a conversation with that person and learn something from them. I can already tell by the questions they're answering or they're asking. And so, it's about just opening up. And guys, there's more than enough money on the freaking internet to just help each other make money. And
I didn't get to tell you, Mike, but I had a guy text me earlier that I used to work with at my day job. He said, I'm tired of working for the man. Can you show me how to do this internet stuff? Like, I haven't worked there in like 3 years. It's funny.
That's when you judge them, and it's honestly not everybody can do what we're doing. And those of you on this, you got agencies. I know you're buying services because it's SerpSpace. You are the elite, to be honest. I mean, it takes a special person to stick around in this industry. Not everybody can do it. The majority of people can't do it. So, do you have, let's see, what do you mean treat all sites like money site? Explain money site. I am a newbie. Okay. So a money site is a site where you're trying to make money. You're selling a product. you are, it's an AdSense site. It is where you make your money. So if you're going to create a website that promotes a link to that money site, well, you want to make money on that website too. Don't pay for anything. Let everything pay for itself. So if you register a domain, that domain should make at least $12.99 every year. If you register it without Diamond Clement GoDaddy, it should build a revenue of at least $12.99 a year. If it doesn't, then you get rid of it the next year. You don't renew it. If it's paying for itself, renew it. If not, get rid of it. Okay, that's all I mean by that.
Yeah, same here, Chris. I mean, I've got so much shit that I had to get rid of. Actually, I forget to unrenew or
Lose internet. Damn it! Sorry.
What's that?
my net went out, and I was yelling across the house.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know how much inventory that I've forgotten to, unauto renew.
Oh God, we're still doing it
every
all the time.
Yeah, I went through like a whole list on Sunday, like 100 something domains. But yeah,
be very careful. If you're doing certain things, do not set them on auto renew unless they're extremely important, because I've lost thousands upon thousands of dollars because of being a dumbass and not stopping registration of domains. Let's see. So there was a question. Do you have time structure to creating mini-net guest posts and site access to make it look organic? I actually do have structure that I use. It's a lot of gut feel just from doing it for a long time. But it definitely would take a longer conversation than we have for tonight to get into that in the way I do it.
Is David asking, like, how do we drip it out? Like, when do we do guest posts? When do we do
Yeah, like when to do it. So look, basically, if you know SEO, use your gut and try to stay natural. That's all.
Real quick, I'll set it up and I'll do I'll do all the on page. I'll really take my time on page, let it get indexed, wait a couple weeks, see where it pops. Usually if you've done your on page right, it'll pop pretty high, page maybe 3, 4, 2, even if you're lucky. Actually, Adam's site, my brother, Mike, for one of his the pages I set up, he hit page 1 for a large city, the indie page.
Oh, did he?
I don't want to. Yeah, that's a few weeks. So now we got to push it up. That site has 0 links. But I'll do that. I'll wait a few weeks, watch it. Then I might grab like 3 or 4 guest posts. I'll do as far as anchor text.
You did an entity on that, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did do an entity, but not to that specific. Did do an yeah, not to that specific page, but yeah.
And but you did.
Yeah. And we're not publishing. We're not publishing, so it's not really active. I do need to start that.
I just wanted to be. I thought you did start an entity on that one. And,
I do that for.
And that's just a good. That's a very good. That's a very good point to make that we weren't going to talk about tonight. Is that Brad just dropped a freaking bomb, dude. Brad created an entity around a site and then made some pages and optimized them with some stuff, some tools that are out there. And the site's already ranking for its top level keyword.
Yeah. It's 500.
Yeah,
500. Yeah.
On page.
500 search volume, local term, and it's Indianapolis based, so that's not a small city, So it's pretty cool. I'm excited about it, but I'll let it simmer for a few weeks, and then I'll grab like 3 or 4 guest posts. I'll mix in branded plus LSI, and maybe 1 exact keyword. And that's if the thing has no other links. Of course, if it already has links, I have to take into account what's already there. So.
Yeah, we are recorded, David. John, of course, I don't care if it says sponsored or whatever on a guest post, because the traffic is going to do something for you, and the engagement that you get from that is going to do something for you. So no, there's no reason to stay away from sponsor, because that website's doing exactly what Google told them to do. There and it's still going to help you rank. So Don't buy into the whole freaking the link's just a link because it's pointing at you and it's just a link. There's so much more that goes along with a link than just the freaking the juice,
Yeah.
right? And it's all actually juice, but
Make sure the site is healthy, and how do you do that? You make sure it has traffic, right? If it has traffic coming in, then Google trusts it. So
upside down. Upside. Let's see. I'll take this again. You guys chose not to move from this point on.
Yep, just watch them. They'll probably come up for auction, Paul.
They do come up for auction.
Yeah.
You can tell when you get them. They don't work.
Yeah.
I've actually found some of those domains searching for other ones before.
Oh, I know. Yeah. One of your guys sent me something the other day. He's like, "Is this yours?" I was like, it looks like one of mine. It's funny.
You submit your site map to Google Webmaster Tools. If so, how close do you have to watch what you submit under what email account? If you're going to submit your sitemap from SerpSpace X type sites, make them their own entities. Seriously. Forward think and do it. Just make them their own entities. You could have, you say, I don't know how, this is getting, to answer this gets deeper into
which question
stuff that I don't want to talk about. Sean's, do you submit sitemap to Google Webmaster Tools? So the traditional answer is keep it all separate. The going forward answer is it's changing as we speak, and practices should be changing as we speak as well, if you're not already changing. Brad created an entity. Do you know what is that? Does everybody understand what an entity is?
I can throw it out there real quick. An entity is proving to Google that you're a real company. So what's a real company do? They go out and they build all their social networks. The thing that I use to build an entity easily is simply one of Roman's IFTTT networks, to be honest, because that incorporates all of the social networks. And then if I do this auto posting with SerpSpace X, it's going out to all those social networks and sending some love back to you. So that's ultimately how I set it up.
Yeah, an entity is a thing, right? Basically, it's a thing that has an independent freaking meaning from anything else, right? And I'm sorry to sound like a freaking freaking geek or whatever, but a red apple is an entity, right? A green apple is a different entity, but they're related, right? So if I have a link from a page about a green apple to a page about a red apple, that's a relevant freaking link. And if I have a fruit is an entity, right? So an entity, there's many ways to define it. Like the straight up definition, I believe, is here. I'm just going to look at it. A thing with distinct and independent existence, right? So an entity is just it's a thing. Just think of it as a thing. And so when I say Brad set up an entity around a website, I mean that Brad made Google realize that that website was a thing and it wasn't just shit. Because spam is shit, right? And people don't take a lot of effort when they spam to make things look real. Some do. Not everybody does it the same, but a lot of people don't. So just think of it as a thing. An entity is a thing. It's a thing with a definition.
Yeah, it's I think the easiest way I've ever described it to somebody was, think a noun, person, place, or a thing, and
right.
Then you can factor in other things like events and things like that you may not necessarily account for in a noun, but it's essentially a noun at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real person, a real business, a real entity, is what it is. So bottom line. Do you guys recommend anyone for fulfillment services besides hiring a VA? Selling is a full-time job. Yeah, I agree. I would honestly partner up, Ralph, if you can.
Yeah, Ralph, seriously, in that situation, if you're good, Ralph, if you close, then you want to meet people that are already in the industry that are proven like fulfillers.
Yeah.
Like make sure that there really are fulfillers. Don't screw your reputation. If you have a Rolodex, find somebody, even a white label service, whatever, and just sell and take your commission and don't worry about fulfilling it. So if you have questions like that, I'll just shoot you contact info, and there are people that yes I do recommend, and I would just focus on the selling.
How do you track traffic? I assume you don't use Google for more than your money site. I mean, in SerpSpace X, it'll give you an idea of the amount of traffic. You can always use any of the traffic.
Yeah, no,
tracking stuff.
we track. SerpSpace actually tracks traffic.
Yeah.
It tracks your actual unique traffic, and it does filter for bots. We have tech behind it that goes even further than all of that. But yeah, it'll tell you what's coming in.
Their own entities, you mean Google accounts for them? I think we covered, he asked that before we covered entities.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, semantically and socially valid brand persona. Right, citation I have to use, and I still have to learn that too. Don't worry so much about learn. I know you're new. I know there's a ton in front of you, dude, but realistically,
you're on the SerpSpace list, so everything that Roman offers is solid. So
yeah, it's really not that hard to rank people for tons and tons of keywords if you do it certain ways, and I think you'll figure that out by paying attention to SerpSpace and everything.
Yeah.
Does SerpX create any schema on the page? I don't know if we're putting certain things into SerpX at this point. I think we're doing a little bit. Are we, Roman, or no?
I think we left an area open for people to put in their own, if I remember correctly.
I honestly, like literally, I'll tell you right now, you don't need it to rank, but of course it's not going to hurt you.
Is there a discount coupon code for syndication networks? I think you might be handing out a free one later, right, Roman?
Yeah, I think that might be at the end.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Part of the big announcement. So, does everyone want to know the big announcement? I mean, we've had fun here. Does everyone understand entities and everything we're doing here?
Does that? I mean, please, if you have questions,
yeah,
just make sure they get cleared up. It looks like everybody's got their stuff cleared up.
Yeah.
I want to make sure it is, and it does look like. Yeah, you're gonna get it. Don't worry. You're gonna get it. SerpSpace links in there. Brad's gonna keep going, but wait, there's more.
Yeah. All right.
Just like that. But wait, there's more.
Yeah, but wait, there's more. So we're excited. We've had a few events in the past. They've always changed the industry. Roman has been. Have you been to one or two of them, Roman? Yeah, I guess we spoke at the other one. But
yeah, we'll call it 1.5.
Yeah, yeah. So Roman's been to the events that we've spoken at. Are they any good or no, Roman?
Fantastic.
All right, nice. So
I've always enjoyed it.
So last year we did it in Greensboro for the simple fact that I live in Greensboro and I'm putting everything together. So we're going to freaking have it in Greensboro. And I love this freaking hotel because it looks like it should be out of Gotham City. Big Batman fan. Or X-fan.
It's a great hotel.
Yeah. So 5-star. So we have it there. We want everyone to come in, feel comfortable, to mingle, network. Like, who was it that asked about they could sell, but they didn't want to worry about
exactly
fulfilling? To find someone there.
That's exactly that is exactly what I would do if I was in your shoes.
Yeah.
If I was selling and I could sell and I could close, I would be in an event networking because I met my partners. I met all of my partners at events.
Yeah.
And
where'd you meet me, Mike?
I met you at an event, a very expensive one.
Yeah.
and it was one of the best things that I've spent my money on because I met my partner.
Yeah.
There's somebody in here that I want to meet, and David, I've answered you a couple times privately. I want to meet you, dude. I'll tell you right now, I wasn't kidding. I would love to actually have a conversation with you because of what you're spitting at me. And I want people to, as we talk about the event, remember the networking fact. For me, that has always been my favorite part of any type of get together. This is not a affiliate West. This is not a big ass affiliates come kiss my ass. This is SEO, and this is systemized SEO. This is SEO.
This is systemized agency building too.
Yeah, exactly. This is the and lead generation. This is systemization of. This is how you go make money with the skills you have. It does no good to have the skills if you can't make money with it. So if you can sell and you can't implement, if you can implement but you can't sell, you got to get around people, look them in the eye, and start to trust somebody. Because I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for the people I've met. Yeah. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, Mike and I, we both know SEO, but we do two very different portions of SEO. He's way more technical than me. I can go out and build these fucking mini nets all day long, and it doesn't bother me. Mike, I don't think he could. He doesn't want to.
I do not want to.
Yeah, but I don't want to sit there and run tech crawls and go through Cora and like all this stuff. He like sent me a report the other day. I'm like, my eyes freaking crossed. So we work very well together, and that's what you need to hook up here. It's October 20th through 21st. We had to hurry up and get on this webinar. Roman saw what we were doing, and he wanted to offer it to the SerpSpace list. So we hopped on this webinar. Hopefully you guys enjoyed got a lot of value out of it. You're going to get like 1,000 times more if you're able to come to the event. If at all possible, I would come because, Mike, we've made a few millionaires, right? No guarantees, of course, but
no, we've made multiple millionaires, and I'm not trying. It's not a brag. It's not anything like that. But I'm very, very, very proud of the people that have taken what we've said and implemented the systems that we've said and destroyed it and made their lives completely different. And I want to see it again. I'm laughing at David again.
Greg asked what the connection between all of us is. Roman and Mike and I have worked together extensively in the past. We developed the free plugin that we handed out here, serpx.net/free-sample.
Do you guys know Page Optimizer Pro?
POP?
Cora?
Both of those guys are going to be there.
Yeah, what we're doing this year is we're bringing in
we're stacking the deck. Yeah.
We're stacking the deck, okay? So what we're doing is, because Brad systemizes like a crazy motherfucker, and Roman has insane freaking outlook on different aspects of SEO. I love the conversation.
He organizes about 20 steps above me,
Let's see. This. I'll go back. Brad, look at the last comment.
Yeah, that's where they should go.
No, they just go back. They don't do anything.
Oh, the links?
Yeah. Maybe they do. Maybe it was someone else. But what I was saying is,
it's a pop-up.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So for me, the people that are there allows Brad and I to put the system, and Roman, even though he won't admit it, to put the system together utilizing what we do with some pretty sick stack deck names. And I think we should show people who's going to be there because realistically, anybody here heard of Jordan Pierce?
If you're in any pretty much SEO Facebook group, you know him. If you've heard of GMB Master Academy, you know him. He was the underground maps king. He's actually been a known Google spammer because he was so good at his job when he was doing a ton of locksmithing. I think he still does locksmithing, right?
Yeah, I know he still does. Jordan's
Yeah.
been a partner of mine for 10 years or so. What we have Jordan doing with another one of the speakers is testing a big piece of what people missed about the Medic update. If people want to call it the Medic update, if they want to call it that, they can do all they want. It's not a medical update at all. There are some huge fucking implications that happen that I have not seen anybody in the industry talk about yet.
Yeah, not SEO roundtable, none of them.
No, nobody. And the test I asked him and one other person speaking to do came back, and we've got some freaking insane stuff when it comes to local and the entity spaces. So Jordan is also a king of map hacks. I've seen him create at least 13 or 14 ways to create maps without going through the PIN process. And
without doing the postcard and stuff, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the thing that I'm excited about is the taking maps national too. So that's complete and utter domination when you're able to do that. And then he's got some cool linking stuff with his relevance jump method. So, but the big thing is the map hacks. He is the map king.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the one pack on a national query yet, you haven't seen it. You'll trip out when you have the whole freaking. When you're the only thing above the fold on Google, it's insane the way the freaking the engagement works.
Yep. Yeah, that's domination, like I said. So, round 2, we got Victor Smush. I don't even try and pronounce his last name because it's Russian and I can't. But this dude is a backlinking master. He actually came to our first event, partied so hard he ended up in the hospital. But you gotta love him. And the dude, when I really got to know him, the dude is sharp and he's coming at you with some tools that he's put together. He's doing ranking with just traffic, like all these lab tested techniques that he's been putting together. It's just badass. So he's the guy that really helped me refine my anchor text usage and helped me take everything to the next level. I've had his help in being able to rank top 5 CPC term, national level term, 2 words within like 3 weeks with some of the stuff that him and a few other coaches that we're going to get to have shown. So definitely need to come at least to party with Victor for sure. But you're gonna get a lot of knowledge too. It's insane. The dude.
Yeah, the first time I met Vic, he was coming out of the hospital. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he had the IVs. Next, Kyle Roof, as Mike said, creator of Page Optimizer Pro. Mike, did you want to talk a little bit about Kyle and what you've seen?
Yeah, Kyle. We focus. Brad and I focus our Brad, myself, and Roman. Focus our SEO on very specific methods, and his tool absolutely complements what we do. And the on-page trickery that this guy is going to bring is ridiculous. And when it ties into the system, you have no idea how different the content and pages will work when you are utilizing what this guy has to recommend. And in live situation, it's beyond what the tools are. I mean, when you get people talking live, it's a very different thing than when you're just using something they created.
Live under an NDA, non-disclosure, all that stuff. Yeah, you just get a lot more information out of people. They feel more comfortable, especially when they're in person with you. And you can ask the questions, and it's like nowhere to run, kind of when you're asking questions there. Plus, at the bar, every night we go downstairs to the hotel bar, a great restaurant, get these guys drinking, and I can guarantee they're going to drop some gold freaking nuggets. So we always do. Who we got?
Last year, I was going to say last year I had an entire liquor from the bar, if I remember right.
What's that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
You remember what that
Killed it.
was?
Redbreast.
The Redbreast. We destroyed their whole stock of Redbreast.
Well, Corey did.
Corey destroyed it
Yeah.
with the business card thing.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Corey. We bought everyone drinks by accident last year.
Watch him this year, Roman.
Yeah. He will not have a card this year. So Josh Baczynski, everyone know him. He's apparently a lot taller because Jordan is up there masterminding with him for the event right now, up in Canada. This is one of the only U.S. appearances that he does it rarely, right? Like very rarely, like not in like however many years. But we were able to get him down here. He usually does an event in Canada. I said, I ain't going to Canada. So he's coming down to Greensboro this year. He's got some sick stuff. What is he covering, Mike? I know he's covering the lab stuff that he's been going over.
He is. Who knows Josh? Who's seen Josh around?
White hat versus black hat.
What I will say is Josh and I were testing traffic as a ranking factor probably 4 years before anybody in the damn space ever mentioned it. And Josh, I really do enjoy Josh. Josh has a very analytical mind, and recently he has proven and disproven some very interesting things. He's bringing all of that, and he's also bringing some of the tactics that he is using right now to do what he does. So having him there is, to me, it's I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I completely spaced it.
It's just next level.
I wouldn't want to do it without Josh there, because he can be in your face, but he does take this very seriously, and he makes sure that everything that comes out is working, and that is needed when you're putting a system together that you just want to implement and just bang, put it out there, have someone sell, system goes off.
Consistent results, you put the cogs in place.
Consistent money.
Consistently increasing money is what the goal is. So
exactly.
Angel Cruz, the SEO Angel. Everyone know Angel in here? A lot of people know him from his tools that he's come out with. A lot of people know him from the Near Me course, everything. But Angel is going to be there. He's got some sick PPL stuff. He's actually been gearing up for a lot of PPL, gathering a lot of info. So if you're trying to run a PPL agency or you want to diversify to that, I would hop on this. Just because
what I will tell you is Angel and Jordan in a room is very, very deadly. And the test that I asked Angel and Jordan to run went freaking smokingly, and these guys are putting together something that is beyond powerful. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. It is. It's manipulation of everything that you need to be manipulating, and I'm really excited to see what they end up coming up with the testing that we have doing at this point. Angel's a badass. Again, I met him through Derek Wasiak or whatnot, and he just, I ran some PPL with him, and just we killed it together. And I what he brings to the table, I can't even. He is one of the best SEOs I know. I mean, I'm really happy this year that we've actually gotten some of the best SEOs we know to come out and speak, and it's going to be pretty freaking amazing.
To be honest, I can't think of a better group of SEOs, and I'm not even like bragging or anything like that, because I'm not, I'm just along for the ride. But this is a badass group of freaking SEOs. So what I like to do is systemize stuff. I'll take what I learned from them, and I'll do it faster than they could do. So then, of course, you got these two gorgeous guys up here again. What questions we got? Yeah, automate everything, Mika. Yeah, you essentially put together an all-star.
You missed someone. Do we have a slide for him or no?
Who's that? Ted?
Ted.
No, I don't have Ted up here. Because because when I put this together, I wasn't sure if he was coming. Did you want to say?
Yeah, do you guys know Ted Kabatas, correlation software?
Cora is probably one of the top on-page tools. It just really digs down
So,
into it. It's more than that, really,
yeah,
but yeah.
I'm telling you, we've got Kyle Roof and Ted under the same roof.
Yep, exactly. So
We've got them under the same roof, so we're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
And again, Brad and I are all about systemization. We really are all about making sure that, yes, if you know the SEO, like I said, and you can't make money, it doesn't freaking matter. There's no reason to know it. It's about coming away with a system that sells and makes money, and you can repeat and continue to make money, whether it's PPL or it is client work.
Yep.
It's all about making money.
Everyone in here that said they were running an agency, or even PPL for that matter, is it scaled to the point that you want it to be right now? Yes or no? Nope. Yeah, this honestly, if you have SEO down, at least a basic understanding of it, and you come to this and you see the systemization, of course, even if you don't have it, we have a full members area for pre-event. We'll have a pre-event webinar to try and get everyone to be as up to speed as possible. And then, of course, we provide post-event support. But if you have any inclination of what SEO is, my brother came to this. He started an SEO agency last year, and he's already got clients. So, and he still has his full-time job. I'm telling him to quit. But
we don't tell people to quit at our events. We want everyone to be making at least double what they came making. And honestly, we don't get people that don't already do SEO very often. The only reason we had him was because his family.
Yeah.
What we do.
What we do.
But what we do is we make sure that people understand the tactics that are working extremely well right now. And I will tell you, Ted has done something and figured something out that is beyond belief. And Google is doing something now that I cannot believe. And he actually, I think, might be talking about that at this event. He wants to talk about it at the event, but I'm actually probably going to ask him to just talk about it on Friday night when we go out for dinner, for those people that are going out to dinner for the kind of meet and greet on Friday night. But it is insane what he has figured out with the help of about 20 other top level SEOs.
Yep. And of the people that haven't scaled to where they want, how many people do you have working in your agency? Is it just you and some VAs? What do you got? Just curious. Waiting for an answer.
VAs?
Me and software. Yeah. Me and some outsourcing. So what we want to do is we want to help you build an agency that is built to sell. So at the end of the day, if you want to retire, if you want to do whatever, you've got to set things up in a certain way to be able to cash out. Because if you're not going to be able to cash out, you're missing out on a ton of money at the end. So you need to know.
Even if you're doing PPL,
Yep.
having the trained people around you that you can trust, that you can give the processes or part of the processes to, will take your lead generation to the next level. 100%, it will take your lead generation to the next level.
Yeah. So if you're able to put the right employees in place to have it grow on autopilot, to have it essentially run itself, then you can step back and you can just spin the plates, or you can put someone in that place even and have the whole business run, without you, so you can focus on, family, other businesses, or maybe even going on
swords.
Yeah, and swords. And focus on closing the high-end stuff while you've got all this other stuff running. So, and focus on you. A lot of times what I've noticed is you can't see the forest for the trees when you're neck deep in your agency. When you're able to step back for a moment and look at it, that's when you can really take it to the next level and really strategize. So we want to get everyone to that point, or at least know how to get to that point. If you want to stay, in the trenches every single day, and just working 24/7 or not making the money you want, that's fine. You don't have to follow it, but we want you to at least have the knowledge so you can do that. And it's not that hard.
For those of you that are saying I'm there and you have outsourcers, think about bringing the outsourcers seriously. If they're the ones you trust. And I know that's what you're asking. So if I would think about it, yes.
Yeah, I would definitely bring them. And if you want to bring them, go ahead and reach out to me on Skype, and we'll get some kind of package deal. I'm sure we can. I'll talk to Mike, and we'll get some package deal if you want to bring.
Absolutely.
Even a +1. Here, let me.
I know it's cheesy as shit, but I can't tell you when I get a message a year after an event and someone tells me, look, I have 4 businesses doing over $2 million a year right now because of what you taught me last year. I really feel fucking good. I don't even care if it's $1 million. If it's freaking, now I'm making, I'm not working at a job and I'm making $10,000 a month and I have time to spend time with my kids. I think there is more than enough money on the internet for everybody, and we all should have the freedom that it can give us. So I love watching the success, and that is why I do this, because I'll tell you, we spend way more time helping people for free than we do helping them for money, and way more time doing this than we do teaching it. So when I see it, I get giddy like a little freaking schoolgirl.
Yeah, once I meet someone face to face at an event or something, I mean, I've hopped on numerous client meetings just to help them close a client before, and I wasn't involved in the deal. I wasn't technically getting anything out of it, but I just wanted to help someone. I've done that numerous times. Typically, it's with the people that have actually, come to the event, or drink a beer with them. If you drink beer, eat the steak with them.
I have to see face to face.
Yeah.
I won't do business and talk Rio without meeting people face to face.
Exactly.
And I know that's why I've gone to events, and I know that's why Brad's gone, Roman's gone, is to meet people face to face and to build relationships. But whatever it comes down to, events for us are the building of a community. So it doesn't end the event. It becomes a Skype group where people continue to talk, continue to help people, continue to build those relationships, because networking is extremely important for growth. Extremely important for growth.
Exactly. And for the +1, if anyone has any questions, feel free. This is my Skype, BADMAB86. Just reach out.
Throw mine out there because a couple asked, and I texted one of them, but not all of them.
What the hell your Skype is? No. It's like
never mind. Just text Brad if you really do want to talk to me.
Is it Mike?
Ask him, but
Mike
Brad's pretty much better than me.
Underscore. No.
It's Michael underscore with a lowercase m. But you're not that smart, dude.
Pierce
lowercase.
How do you spell your name? See,
I'm the number one.
One, just one like that.
Yeah, exactly. Without the capitals. So just don't say that. Never.
Ever.
Take it to the right. Or you might make money.
There you go. So
no, but seriously, David, I want to meet you. I'm not kidding. You've been those questions. Show up, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be the 21st soon, my friend. So we did have a few extra special bonuses that Jordan wanted us to hand out. He's not on. I think he's still traveling, right?
Yeah, he's up in Canada talking to Josh.
Yeah. So
everyone
who signs up soon will receive these 4 free modules to go along with the event. So driving directions software, we're actually revamping that right now. That we've got a driving directions technique for local maps, ranking those. Everyone will get the pin drop method. He'll show that live at the event. So actually everyone gets that. So you can get unlimited pin drops, essentially, as many as you want to do. So you can get as many maps as you want. You can use this for PPL. You can use this to build your agency. You can use it to drive extra leads to your clients.
You can use it to make sure your SerpSpace X sites are really powerful. Yeah. But that's something we'll go over at the event.
Yeah, I'll be honest. This is like if you get this down, this is the license to print money. Like I've seen people freaking do it. How much did that dude make in one day? I don't even like saying it because it doesn't sound believable, but how much did
No.
uh,
The most I've seen is 75,000 in a day.
in a day from apps, from PPL?
Yes.
Yeah. I was talking about the other day where he made like 3 to 5K, right? Like quick, you know.
Yeah, no, he did a great
Yeah.
job, but the most I've ever seen
Yeah, yeah.
is 75,000 in a day.
Exactly. So we've got that schema training. We're going to have a basic module in the group, members area, and then we're going to really dive into it and show you some really cool advanced stuff. That's where you're getting Jordan and Angel in the same room together. Some advanced schema, hackery, trickery, whatever you want to call it. And then something that everyone's pumped about, removing bad reviews. You're going to get the training for that. How to go out and say a competitor is leaving naughty reviews, say an gruntled employee is leaving you bad reviews, like 1-star reviews, just because you let them go because they came in late, like 5 days a week.
Brad's super gruntled.
Yeah, disgruntled. Is it gruntled or disgruntled? I don't know.
It's disgruntled.
Did I
You
say
said
gruntled?
so I wanted to point it out because you're dumb.
I'm very gruntled. But we're going to be showing everyone Jordan's exact process over the shoulder on how to do that. Let's see. You've got some questions popping up.
There was a question about streaming. We've had so many requests for streaming on this event. I don't know if we can do it.
I don't think.
If we can,
honestly, I think Jordan shut that
but
down.
I don't think we can. I really don't think we can. We've literally had at least freaking 8 requests for streaming, and we just can't do it.
Yeah.
We need them. What we're talking about is going to be everyone signing an NDA, non-compete when it comes to certain things, not using it for anything. Of course, you can make money with it all you want, but this is stuff that nobody is. I know me, I know myself, Brad, Jordan, everybody else. They're only comfortable talking about certain things face to face, and if we open it up to streaming, unfortunately, that takes away the ability to be free and to really talk about it. And I really am sorry because but we do have people. I would say come. I'm not kidding. I actually know that we have someone who's completely terrified of flying, who is coming over from Australia to come to this event, and it will be worth it. And it will be worth it for me because I know the guy's a smart guy, and I've been waiting to talk to him and meet him face to face for about 4 years. So I finally got him to come out, and I'm looking forward to meeting him. Guys, if you come, remember, ego sucks. Everyone open up their minds, and let's all teach each other. Yes, there'll be the presentation, but everybody next to you is an SEO as well. So don't forget that if you come. Remember, everybody around you is an SEO.
Yeah, Mika, we'll make sure you get a hold of that. Yeah, and another reason for the streaming is we want to be focused like 200% on the event while we're there. We don't have to worry about technical issues when it comes to that because there's so much going on with the event. We want to be able to focus on everyone there. And to be honest, you're not going to get the full effect of the event if you're not able to come. So I've
seen people pay for streaming at a $25,000 event, and they got screwed. Yeah. And I don't want to be a part of anybody getting screwed out of their money whatsoever. So the tech issues, the lack of security on the information, it really makes it hard to stream it. And I'm sorry, I really
Yep, and then yet another bonus. Roman threw this one in like right before this. He told me everyone who signs up through nfgseo.com/SerpSpace will get a free IFTTT syndication network. You'll really be able to use that once you get back from the event. So I would probably wait and hold off to cash that in until after. But this ties back into the entity and everything we're going to cover. So he builds, some of the best. I've seen them. I use them religiously. Like I said earlier, rank the site with just an entity and solid on page that I learned from Kyle and Ted. So everyone will get that in addition to everything else that hops on.
And I'm not sure if Jordan's GMB stuff it's going to be on SerpSpace is going to be available to anybody outside of the event stuff either. To be honest, I think that might be locked into just the circle of trust type stuff.
Yeah, that's what he was making it sound like.
Yeah.
So,
but
go ahead.
Nope. I'm good.
I was just going to ask any questions about what we covered, any questions about the event, anyone going to the event.
Well, I will say, like what I've been saying is Friday night, we're going to take an hour or two, and people that sign up on the day of the webinar, the day they viewed the webinar, because I know it's a different date in some places, we're going to go over some stuff. We're going to go and have a conversation very candidly. I'm dragging Ted along. If you're coming and you do sign up today, right now, the day of the webinar, then we're going to go do something special, and we're going to have a special conversation. I'm going to drag Brad's dumbass along too.
Oh, if we get to have it at the boxcar, I'm down 100%. I'm going to tear up that X-Men game.
It's on me, and I'm leaving it to you to find the right place for it to be hosted.
All right. Well, everyone needs to sign up here so we know how many people are going. Then,
Micah, it doesn't have to be tonight. It has to just be one night we had a webinar.
Yeah, and I think you're good. You signed up like right away. So any questions on anything? Hopefully you guys can, if at all possible. I know, like, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but if at all possible, I really feel that with who we've been able to bring together for this event, we're going to be able to just like change the way you think about SEO, agency, and PPL building, and you're going to.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Who's coming? Shout out. All right, good. I'm glad. Who's coming?
Yep, we got a few. Yeah. Yeah, a few have already signed up tonight, so that's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, Chris, if you need any help with that, let me know. Maybe we can work something out. But yeah, if at all possible, though, for real, I would make it. The events that I went to in the past were really turning points. Not because of the information I learned, but like we said, because of the people I met, the connections I made, just being around the environment. And I'm stuck in my office all day. Not stuck. I like being here. But I'm stuck in my office all day. If I go outside and talk to the neighbors about my job, I'm excited to talk about my job. They could give two shits about their job. I don't want to talk about work. I'm not at work. It's good to get around people that actually do stuff or do what you do for a living, and you can actually have real conversations about SEO.
Yeah, the information is always awesome when it's good information, when there's good speakers, but the people you meet is so far beyond it. It's ridiculous. It really is invaluable. So I am glad we're going to be seeing some of you there. That's freaking awesome. Take advantage of whether or not you're coming, remember, take advantage of SERP X and take advantage of what you learned tonight. So don't forget, take that and run with it because it works very freaking well.
When this clicked for me, I was reading Revenge of the Minion because I'd heard Mike talk about it. I've heard other people talk about it. So I was like, fuck, I got to read it like one more time. I'd read it once, like skimmed through it like a bunch of people here had said that they had before. But I really sat down and read it and thought about it. I was like, holy fuck, you know. And back to the traffic distribution. We can include that in the pre-event material. Are you cool with that, Mike? Someone was asking how to redirect the traffic.
Oh yeah, if you wanna take your SerpX stuff to another level, and you want to take that traffic and push it to offers, push it to sites, push it through links, maybe manipulate the shit out of Google, then yes, I don't mind sharing that with those who sign up.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll make sure to get that in the pre-event material. Also, I know I did it last year, but I can throw in my entity guide, the $2,000 course that I had a few years ago. That's still, actually more relevant than it was back then. I can.
Dude, Sergi,
What's that?
If Sergi is asking, the only experience he has is with a certain mass building tool.
Yeah.
We'll try not to talk about something if it didn't work for you. But what I will tell you is, yes, you will come away with a process that will make you money, but you will have to work.
Yeah.
You will have to apply it. You will have to sell or find a partner at the freaking event to sell for you. But yes, you will be able to make money. We will never do an event that will not help people make money.
Yeah.
And we always say it's our last event because we never know when we're going to become obsolete. So far we haven't, and we have ways to help people make money, so we're still doing it. But if we don't have something new and that's going to help make people make money, you're not going to hear from us again, because that's not what it's about. We'll just be out there doing what we do and making money because it works. But if we've already taught it to you, I would want to teach you again. So yes, if that's all you've ever done in SEO, you will be able to use that, and that will help you. You'll have a skill that other people won't have. But what you learn from the event, yes, you will be able to take out and turn into revenue.
Yeah. You're gonna, if you apply it, you'll be able to.
And dude, we can talk that too.
Yeah.
And especially if I have a drink or two,
yeah,
we will talk about spam.
Yeah, and I know, I know you work hard because you're in a few of our other groups. But yeah, I know you'll apply it. So yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't. Ralph, that's the strangest linchpin I've ever seen, to be honest. He said if his dog passes away, he can go. But I honestly hope
Bring
your dog's,
the dog, dude.
I hope your dog's doing okay. Yeah.
I do hope the dog. I lost my favorite mouser, my cat, recently, and Al tried to take it.
Oh, really?
But he's too big, so it just broke his neck, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It really fucking sucks, but.
We had a scare with our dog recently. She was limping or doing something, like being sporadic. So we took her in. They mentioned stuff like spinal disease and all this stuff. And
yeah, we had seizures the other day.
Yeah,
the dog did.
It's scary when you've got a pet that's been there. I
hate it. No, it really is. It sucks, dude.
Yep.
Sergi, seriously, man, you've been around. If all you've done is that mass building, get out there. Let's get you some SEO skills, dude, and then really be a part of the group afterwards. And yes, let's get you going with an agency and get your base going, and then jump back into what you were talking about, and you can maximize your revenue that way. So I really think that's the way to go. I think you started with the advanced, like what you should have started with after getting a system solid and everything.
But that's just going to help him going forward too.
Oh, absolutely it will.
Yeah.
There's no question. Yeah. It'll make his pitches that much better, everything better. So absolutely add this to it, because you're going to be able to pitch things that other people can't pitch. You will have a one-up on people because of your knowledge.
Any other questions? Oh, and we might have another guest, but I'm not going to say who. And if he's coming, then it's going to sell out like really quick. But I won't say who.
Nah, we got to wait.
Yeah. All right. So any other questions, anyone? Like I said, if at all, you can make it. If not, I understand. My feelings won't be too hurt.
Handouts. I'll take a picture of my butt and hand it out to you.
Please don't. No, we tell you to take very detailed notes. We have a post-event webinar to wrap everything up, but we don't like handouts, printouts, because people could share that. People could photocopy it.
Yeah, we don't do handouts, but what we do, again, I said it.
We still do what we do.
We keep it a community, and we keep people communicating.
Yep.
So people will continue to speak and share and help each other.
Yeah.
It's about building a community that helps each other make money. And that's what it is.
Like we said, this is the third time that Mike and I personally have hosted an event. We spoke at other events, and we've had some people that have been to every event we've ever spoken at. It's amazing. So they keep coming back for more. So Mike must be doing something right.
I want one of you to be the person that I get the call from later in the year, and they say this, hey, look what happened, and I get to be happy for a month or two because I know somebody's life changed because of just some shit I helped put together and said a few words at, you know.
Exactly. So, any other questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace, or just hit me up on Skype. I gave you that too. So, we do have a Q&A group for anyone that has questions, like before they hop on. We want to be as transparent as possible, so feel free to hop in that. It's on the page. Actually, I'll go to it. nfgseo.com/SerpSpace.
Don't mind his beard. It's not as gray as mine.
No, yours is a lot grayer. So, thanks everyone for hopping on. Enjoy SerpSpace. Enjoy the mini nets, building them out. I know they're going to help you. And if you can make it to the event, we'd love to have you there. Buy a drink or something. But that's all I've got for you. Mike and Roman, you got anything else?
No, I hope I see some of you there. I know I will. You already said so, but I want to see more of you.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. You have a great one.
Yes.
Take care.
Have a good night.